A warm welcome, dear students. Today we are discussing parturition or birth. Parturition or birth. The full term of the embryo in the uterus is called gestation. You heard that term, right? Gestation period. What is gestation? The full term of the embryo in the uterus is called gestation. In humans, it lasts for about 280 days. At the time of birth, the baby is published out by the powerful contraction of muscles of the uterus. Head will come first. Then that process is called parturition. In a few minutes, the blood vessels in umbilical cord shrink and can be tied and cut. After about 15 minutes, the placenta breaks from the uterus and is expelled out as after birth. Uterus contract and gradually come back to normal in a few days. Here in this picture you can see the different stages of parturition and what will happen after birth is in a few minutes after birth the blood vessels in umbilical cord shrink and can be tied and cut. After about 15 minutes the placenta breaks from the uterus and is expelled out. How to define parturition? Parturition is the act of expelling the full-term fetus from the mother's uterus at the end of gestation. The newborn announces its arrival by letting out a sharp cry. This cry is the nature's clearing process of the baby's respiratory passage. This is very important. After birth, the child should cry. Why the child is crying after birth? This cry is the nature's clearing process of the baby's respiratory passage. Let us learn different types of twins, fraternal and identical twins. In identical twins, single egg fertilized to form a single zygote, and this zygote, after zygote formation, zygote split into two. In this way, identical twins will form. But in the case of fraternal twins are produced from two different zygotes. Two different eggs fertilized with sperm then produce two different zygotes. From each zygote, each individual will develop. Then this type of individual we call it as fraternal twins or dizygotic twins. But identical twins we call it as monozygotic twins. Fraternal twins produced from two eggs. Here you can see that this is also known as dizygotic twins. Sometimes two eggs are released from ovaries at a time and both may get fertilized to produce from two eggs are called fraternal twins. Fraternal twins may be either both boys or both girls or one boy and one girl. Fraternal twins in all respects are like the normal sisters and brothers, but here they are of the same age, having been born within a few minutes of each other. About 75% of all cases of twins belong to this type. Fraternal twins are biologically known as diovular or dizygotic twins. Diovular means produced from two ova. Dizygotic means from two zygotes, that is two fertilized egg. Next is identical twins. This is also known as monozygotic twins. It is produced from a single egg. Sometime a single fertilized egg may get split and separate into two parts. Here you can see that single zygote split into two parts during its early stages of cell division. Each of these two split parts then behave like an independent egg. That means independent fertilized egg and produces one complete individual. Identical twins being produced from a single egg are either both boys or both girls. And for the same reason, they are very similar to each other because they are produced from a single zygote that will split into two. Then identical twins are genetically similar, yet all is not similar in identical twins. For example, fingerprints, birthmarks, and even handwriting are not similar. Triplets, 3 born at a time. In this case, it may be produced either from one single zygote, splitting into two, one single zygote splitting into two, and one of the split parts again splitting into two. In this way, triplets will form, or the triplets may be produced from two eggs, in which one zygote produces two identical twins and the other zygote develops normally into one baby. The next is quadruplets, 4 born at a time. In this case, it may be produced as two pairs of identical twins from two eggs or in other combinations of identical and fraternal twins. Stages in the development of human embryo. First one, egg or ovum. Egg or ovum is an unfertilized stage released from ovary. After fertilization, egg fuses with sperm to form zygote. Fertilized egg one cell stage is zygote. The next stage is morula, a solid spherical mass of cells called morula. After morula, blastocyst will form. What is blastocyst? Hollow sphere of cells with surrounding single cellular layer. The next stage, embryo, 3 weeks. Embryo in 3 weeks hardly resembles human being. The next stage, advanced embryo, 5 weeks. Heart and blood vessels are formed. The next stage is fetus, 8 weeks. Limbs have appeared. In this stage, embryo looks like a human being. That's why that is called fetus. The next stage is infant, born at the end of nearly 40 weeks. These are the different stages in the development of human embryo. We already discussed the different stages in the development of embryo. Now we can learn the stages in birth. Yes, we know that 40 weeks of gestation or 280 days of gestation, what will occur? Parturition or birth will occur. At this time, uterus contracts, cervix dilates, baby's head passes through cervix, amniotic sac ruptures at this time, and released fluid passes out through vagina. Then a baby is born and the after birth placenta is discharged. In this picture, you can see the different stages in birth. The cervix relaxes, causing it to dilate and thin out. Uterine contraction increases in strength and the infant is delivered. Then the placenta is expelled. These are the different stages in birth. Revision. Answer the following. Define parturition. Biological term of fraternal twins. What is identical twins? You can go through the video and find out the answer. Thank you, children. Have a good day. If you like my channel, please like, share and subscribe. Thank you.